Perched high above the city of Baltimore, Maryland, from Magooby's Joke House, comes the tale of 5 brave adventurers and their intrepid audiomancer on a journey wrought with magic, mayhem, and dick jokes. For this is Laugh Finder.
Finder, Baltimore's premier Paizo-based comedy podcast. I'm Tommy Singbazo.
Yeah, you are.
And I momentarily forgot how my fingers work. And I'll be playing Arcane, the
Living Construct.
With my trusty familiar Nettie Bobo, my big ass bag of bone skeleton, Obi.
Nice, you hit the post.
You got it.
Yeah, if we can climb off the first 8 first 8 measures. Okay. Let it ride. No.
This is the show. Yeah.
You wanted it. Have you ever seen Hollywood Undead? They all had masks.
Nah, never.
Oh, they're like hot topic-y, more hot topic-y Slipknot kind of. How dare you?
Yeah.
No, they're more like the Jabberwocky dance crew that raps.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I know exactly what that is.
Oh, they're like the extra blue man group. I get it.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Is this the thing like where your dad catches you smoking a cigarette, so now you got to smoke a whole carton?
You like the Hollywood Undead? Do you? Well, you're going to listen to the whole album.
Yeah.
You really like them now.
We're changing our name to Slip Thought.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh man, guys, it's been a fun week that we've had away from. God damn it, Ben.
Is that a urine mix?
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest this week, same as last week.
Hey, now.
The handsome gentleman sitting at the table. Are you wearing anything under that?
You wish, pal.
No, you're an actor. You've acted in things.
Yeah, you and I. Yeah, we're in a great short called Rainbow Bridge. Bet you're.
Can we mention me and the Die Laughing Boys were talking about your Rainbow Bridge thing.
Yeah.
And we talked about how maybe Tommy probably wouldn't be your type.
Yeah, I know.
No, you said that Josh wouldn't be my type.
But we meant Josh had better standards than you.
No.
Okay.
Our guest is Josh Kuderna, by the way.
Yeah, hello. I'm in love. All right. So it doesn't matter.
I told them when I thought they meant that you weren't my type.
Yeah.
I would have said if I was going to break gay,
sure,
I'm not doing it for 6s.
7's at best. Yeah, I want a 7.
What the fuck, man? Right here. So you guys were in a you were in a romantic film together.
Some people call pornography, but thank you for seeing the romance in it.
I'm just sad that I wasn't going to be the bridge between you two. I wasn't going to be the
rainbow.
You're painted like basically what it is. It starts with a same-sex couple. Almost said homosexual.
Do you guys meet cute in a bookstore or something?
This is you can tell that the love has been almost lost.
More like the bisexual Frost. This is the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bisexual.
You waited so long.
I know, I really did. Yeah, thank you. It's a thinker. It's just a good Thor reference.
But we're having an argument. We argue over the dog. Who's going to get the dog? Turns out the dog is dead and cremated.
Yeah,
it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
And then
it gets everywhere. You really got to work on.
And then
Rainbow Bridge, it gets everywhere.
But it's a very touching, heartwarming thing. There have been crying reacts to it, mainly from my mother. But she...
oh, Tommy, I wish you were gay.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Tommy, no, you can't come to Christmas.
Oh, Tommy, I'm so sad.
Mamma mia.
But
apparently Tommy's mom is Mario.
It's me, Mrs. Simba. I'll be in the pipes if you need me.
Tommy, do the dishes. I'm going to have to jump on your head.
I'm going to make a mushroom risotto.
I'm so big now.
No, but so at my work, the division that I work in, Once they found out that I did comedy, they've started on Fridays. They would screen either my commercial or outtakes from the commercial or a couple sets of mine.
It's wild they had basically just have Tommy Fridays.
Yeah,
like, what are you up
basically.
to now? And you're like, all right,
Well,
guys.
there's been a couple days where it's 3 o'clock on like a Wednesday, and somebody's like, "It's Tommy's story time. Tommy, tell us a story." And I'm like, all right, so this one time, me and my buddy saw this woman get bukkakied on it.
They're like, again? Oh my god!
But this Friday they are screening Rainbow Bridge, and I'm like,
Oh.
Well,
I don't want
you didn't
that.
mean for them to watch it, right?
yeah, no, I didn't want everybody to watch. I
Yeah.
sent it to my work wife,
Mm-hmm.
but she was like, "Oh, I'm
She
saving
spilled
it."
the beans.
Yeah, which taught me a valuable lesson. Never trust your work wife.
ever.
So, Josh Kuderna,
Yeah.
among your other skills and talents is
Sure.
vocal percussion, if I
Well,
remember correctly.
I like to
Ooh.
dabble a little
Yeah.
bit.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say dark arts, but that would be racist.
Oh.
I'm not going to say it.
Well, you know, we have a
And I didn't say it.
we have a very deaf
Thank you.
uh,
Hashtag Yas Queen.
a very adept freestyler here
I just
behind
left it
the
dark.
custom trifold.
Hey now. So, yeah, but I don't know. I thought you were, Aaron, you were kind of talking a little smack that you were like, I'm a better rapper
Oh.
than this
Well,
person.
you know, I'm not a freestyler, but
Well, I
do
did say
have
the
a,
N-word.
Twice.
I do
It
have
was
an
weird.
encyclopedic knowledge of
N-word.
late 80s.
Guys, I'm never inviting my mother to another tape.
I miss Brett.
You want,
Brian, why are you doing this to me? It's a me, Luigi.
Mr. Cucinabanza.
What are you doing? That's somehow his black parent.
Yes, my mother. Yes, she's
say that.
she's Sicilian.
I was waiting for it. Yes.
I love a good true romance callback.
So you want to do a Laugh Finder freestyle?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, if you guys want to do that.
Okay, ready? Ready? Okay, Laugh Finder rap. You ready? All right. Here we go. It's Laugh Finder. DM, leave the party booked like Grinder. And you know we are the best with our role-playing interviews with the guests. Right next to the guest, right next to me is the gunslinger. You know him as Big Slee. And next to him is the Mage Arcane. Steady cutting off people's faces, he's insane. Holy John will shake your bones. If you want to live too bad, disappointment like Game of Thrones. And you know I am a beast. Freestyle off the top is next to the priest. Wilhelm Ordicus slaying undead thugs. Spiritual leader always on drugs. And they're gonna face off against the Lord of Screams. And you better brace because it's climactic battle. Who's gonna get there slaughtered by cattle? Vanesh, he's the Lord of Screams. Likes to cause suffering, strife, and bad dreams. Best podcast as it seems. And we shine against the others like gleam. Freestyle off the top of the head. Let's continue. This is what I said.
Well done.
Oh, that was great.
Nice.
Oh, that
Man.
Crushed it.
man, that was good. All right, and Aaron?
how are you going to follow that?
Yeah, that's no thanks. Okay, yeah, go.
Get him
I'll give
there.
you some vintage Eric B. and Rakim.
Okay, here we go.
Hit me. Here we go. Old school. I'll take 7 MCs, put them in a line. Add 7 more brothers who think they can rhyme. Well, it'll take 7 more before I go for mine. That's 21 MCs, 8 up at the same time. Easy does it, do it easy. That's what I'm doing. No pressing, no messing around. I'll ruin, I'll break upon those who are not supposed to. You might try, but you can't get close to. Because I'm number 1, competition is none. I measure with the heat that's made by sun. If I'm playing ball or bopping in the hall, or just writing my name in graffiti on the wall.
That's all you did one.
My name's Tommy Zapazzo, and I'm here to say I love Fruity Pebbles and Mage.
I'm that many years old.
I would have really been disappointed if you didn't end that with "I love fruity pebbles."
Every rapper love Fruity Pebbles.
That's probably true.
That's the rules of rap. You have to say your name and then
Say
say
how much you love
cereal you
Fruity
love.
Say
Pebbles.
that you're coming to say something.
Yeah, you're managing expectations.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you want to tell people that you're rapping to the beat.
I appreciate that. That is a nice FYI.
And you would implore them to wave their hands in the air
like they don't care.
as if they're not concerned.
Why would
Right.
you want people to wave their hands in the air like they don't care? Because then they're just like,
Right.
This is dope. I
Wave
guess.
your
I think
hands
it
in the
really
air like
takes-
you really do care.
It really
Yeah, they
takes
should
away
say.
from all those people that are burning in houses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That are trying to
right.
get your attention.
speaking of burning houses, how's your house going?
It's going all right. I mean, ever
okay.
since the fire, it's been okay. No, it's good, man. Over there in Hamden, it's nice. I like it. Nice little end unit,
Nice
and we're
end
by
unit.
Griffith's Tavern, which has been good.
Have you been in that tavern?
No, I
That
haven't.
place has no windows. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, people line up there as soon as it opens. They're like, "Yeah, let's go. Open the door."
Yeah,
You go in, it's the woman from the movie Ma.
I had a friend that went in there once. She was friends. with-
never seen
Yeah, she's dead. But yeah, she was a bartender at a different bar in Hamden and had like a regular that always came in. And he was coming in, and she's like, "Oh, I'm getting off now." And he's like, "Oh, well, let's go to Griffiths." And she's like, "I don't know." He's like, I go there all the time. It'll be fine." And it's just like this very towny bar. And so she's like, "All right, I'll go. I mean, I guess if you go all the time." So they go in there, and like as soon as they sit down, a guy just looks at her, and he's just like, "Why are you here?" She's like, "I don't know. I guess I'll get out of here." Yeah.
Get your drink to go.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like we all do.
In your car. Just
Yeah.
drive away.
Yeah, so yeah, they've been. Yeah, I just haven't gone in there. I'm like, you guys can have it. I don't need. They've been nice to me though.
Yeah, the bars in Hamden always strike me. There isn't a bar there that I've ever felt like, this is a cool bar. I like.
I'm trying to think. You know, I kind of like Decline of Vel. That's a German beer hall.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that one's all right.
Yeah.
Also, the fucking cocktail bar above that, I think, is all right.
Is Fraser's on the Avenue still in business?
It
Yes,
is.
sir.
Oh, very much so.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
That's where
Salad
we
and
used to go
scrambled
when I
eggs.
lived in Hamden.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Yeah.
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 That's why my
Spot.
one friend probably like these German flight attendants. He was like, "This is an American dive bar." Like they were like, "This is nice." I don't know why you think this is a dive bar.
Yeah,
Then
it's
I
not
took- then-
dive.
And then I like took him to a way shittier bar in Fells later that week.
Yeah,
So I took
sure.
him to Bar.
Did I tell the bloody bucket story the last time I was on here?
Oh no, I walk by there every day.
Yeah, to go to the light rail, right?
Yeah, my car got broken into. They shattered the windshield.
Jesus.
And
That sucks.
the side windshield.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh,
So-
no big deal. Okay.
You mean the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know car.
my side windshield.
The side
He
shield.
was like, "Hey, there's change in the dash.
so-
Let's shatter his windshield."
I was
And they
talking
cut
to
my
the.
brake windshields.
I was talking to the cop.
Your insurance agent's like, what happened?
Yeah, I was talking to the cop, and I was like, "Yeah, they broke my windshield." And before I finished my sentence, the cop said, "Yeah, they probably did it over there at the
Damn.
Bloody Bucket."
Oh, wow.
Wait, so there's a place called the Bloody Bucket?
Yeah.
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 Is it across from Weenie Hut General?
Okay. So you've been there. Okay.
Have you been in there?
Yeah.
Can
You've
you
been
tell
in
us-
the Bloody Bucket?
Yeah. Before I knew what it was like a night where we were doing like a little bit of like bar hopping, and then like, oh, let's end our night at the dive bar. That'll be cute.
And you
Yeah.
look across the street and you hear,
yeah, lightning. Yeah. Let's go in there just for a second. We'll get into it.
Pee Wee Herman's
Charming.
dancing in
Well,
the
it's
bar.
not officially called the Bloody Bucket, but that's what everybody calls it because one, the clientele can be kind of sketchy, and two, it doesn't have a sign.
Yeah,
None.
I don't know what it's called.
No one
People-
knows what
yeah.
it's called because it doesn't have a front sign.
Jesus. So you went into this.
So we go in, we're like, this is cute, huh? Look at us. We're having fun. We're at the town, he's drinking beer. Yeah, and as soon as you go in, you're like, oh, this is real. Like, okay. So it's just kind of like a big, wide open spot. Bars off to the left. The bathrooms are in the back. And then I think there were pool tables, I think. But yeah, it's just like a big, wide open space. So we're just like, okay. And we didn't want to do the move where it's like as soon as you walk in, you just turn around. We're like, no, we will patronize this bar and sit up here. And we're like, just one beer, please. You know, like, all right, let's drink these and get the fuck out of here.
Was the bartender like cleaning? He was cleaning mugs by spitting in them.
He had 2 eye patches on. So you can see where the bathrooms are, and so we're sitting at the bar, and this drunk guy like goes up and is like knocking on the bathroom door, and this dude opens the door and he's like, "What, motherfucker? What? I'm tired of this shit." And just punches the dude right in the face.
Yeah.
Dude falls back. They have a indoor air conditioning unit. He hits his head on that, like falls on the floor. Then the bartender, she gets up and she goes, "We're not doing this again." So like this happens a lot.
Wow.
And right before that, my friend Jason was like, "God, I really have to go to the bathroom." And like, yo, that could have been you.
Yeah.
So we waited for that to like die down because they're just like, "Okay, we'll finish our beers." And then Jason's like, "All right, I'm gonna go pee while it's open." So he goes to pee, and there's still 3 lines of Coke on the sink.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know if that dude that was knocking had been doing that all night, like he just wanted cocaine, or if he was just drunk, is like, "I gotta pee," and the guy's like, "Oh fuck, God, I just poured my Coke." Yeah, so we're like, "Oh, okay, this was fun." And we're like, "Okay, goodbye."
It was a nice night out on the town.
Right
it was
after
really
that,
nice.
Obi-Wan chopped off some guy's arm, saying he didn't like how he looked.
Yeah, pretty much.
My friend doesn't like you, but I don't like you either. This is a very interesting way to start this conversation.
Please have some of this space blow.
Why is it blue?
Blow.
Splo. So yeah, that's Hamden. You know, it's a nice.
And
mix.
where's this? Where's the bloody bucket?
It is. It's closer to like Woodbury, like where the light rail
Yeah.
is, essentially. And
Yeah,
it's funny because
it's
it's
right by the what is that bridge called?
Rainbow
Rainbow
Bridge.
Bridge.
It's a film. No, I don't
Jones
know.
Falls?
Yeah.
It's right.
know-
It's under the Jones Falls Bridge.
Yeah.
You're reminding me, we once wrote a song called Welcome to the Motherfucking Bowels of Hamden.
Whoa.
It's a rap song.
Oh.
You want to give me the beat one more time?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one verse from it. Ready?
Yeah, I would love that. All right, Doran.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Doran,
pick
you
it-
got to join
Yo,
me.
when you're-
Doran,
when
you
you're-
start. I'll come in this
Yeah,
time.
when you're done, I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up.
All right.
as well. We'll make another track here.
Pose with their strollers and their lazy eyes. You're in line of Royal Farms with your Western fries. Only 15 and got your babies on, and your Christmas decorations in your mom's front lawn. Hail to the den, the city that breeds. A town where a rubber is a novelty. High rollers and the bitches with strollers, standing on the corner drinking Coca-Colas. No front teeth, no high school diplomas. Throw down. It's time to represent Hamden.
Oh, shit.
I cannot wait to go back and listen.
Nice.
Wow.
There's several more verses, but we'll save them for another day.
And
Yes.
what band was that you did that?
That was a band called Destroyer 666.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Back
They
in
were
the
a
day.
Christian rock band?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And you guys rapped?
That was sick.
It was it was a bit of an outlier. The rest of the songs were heavy metal songs.
Okay. What kind of music was playing behind it?
It was like
Just 2 guys fighting in the background.
Those guys moved on to become Slipknot.
2 guys fighting over Royal Farms in the back.
I'll see if I can find a
wedges.
recording of it for the end of an episode sometime.
I want to tell my favorite story about a Royal Farm now. Second favorite. My second favorite story is I was once in a Royal Farm to get chicken, right? This guy comes running in out of breath, like, and he asked the woman, he was like, "Do y'all got any chicken?" And the woman looked at him and then looked at the display case full of fucking chicken and then looked back at him and was like, "Nope." And he was like, "Well, what's that then?" And she was like, "That a hologram." And he was like, "Fuck."
Goes to the touch screen. He's like, "All right, I'll get 1 data hologram. 3 data hologram."
All this chicken is holograms.
I got a pretty decent Royal Farm story. When I used to go to the world-renowned place of learning, Salisbury University.
Known for their steaks.
That's actually how they gave me my diploma. It was a
I was hoping it was a steak.
You had to crack open a can of Four Loko and pull your diploma out of it.
Here's a Bachelor of Arts degree and a crippling debt. I was there for it was rugby new guy night, and I had already been through my new guy night, and there was a giant that we were inducting, and without getting too much into the horrible hazing that may or may not have occurred, this giant guy named Logan, who I played rugby with, who's fucking batshit crazy, 6'4", jacked surfer dude that on his first day of rugby practice, he said, "I'm John Logan. I'm here to play some fucking rugby. Rugby hammered, okay, that night. Hammered. We bring him out. He's the last man standing out of all the new guys. And hit his like zombie level standing. We're like, respect, Logan. You made it through all of this ridiculous amount of drinking and you're still going. I watched this giant man walk through and I could see him shitting his own pants as he was walking. And I'm laughing as I can hear the poop sounds like and he's just walking through the aisles of the Royal Farms and at one part he just takes his pant leg and just gives it a little shake.
Like friggin' Shawshank?
Yeah. And just like Andy Dufresne sneaking out pieces of the wall, a fucking little ball turd just falls out onto the floor and I go I'm crippled by laughter and I have to leave. And he just shit in.
Person that works there is like, did you just shit? He's like, that a hologram. That a hologram. I'm good. That a hologram.
And speaking of holographic shit, sitting next to me, ew, that was this guy. You look right at me and like greasy cum came out of your mouth.
Greasy.
Sitting, he had chew. Sitting next to me, actor, comedian, professional nudist, singster. Ladies and gentlemen,
like it.
Mr. Eric and professional mullet wearer, Mr. Eric Woodward.
Daddy!
You don't know what hard times are.
Yeah, I'm Eric Woodworth. I'm reprising my role as Big Three, the gambler, the gunslinger, and a dubious scoundrel of the highest order available on laughfinderpod.com. Anyway, Tommy, one thing we didn't bring up at all is we went to the Slayer show.
Yeah, we saw Slayer.
We went to go
Whoa.
see
Yeah.
Slayer's last, this is their last tour, supposedly.
We saw Cannibal Corpse. Well, we got there right as they were going off. But Cannibal Corpse, Amon Amarth,
Who I
Lamb of
really
God,
enjoyed.
and Slayer.
I really enjoyed Amon Amarth.
I really
They
like
are-
them. They're a Viking metal band.
Yeah.
So their whole backdrop looked like the Joe Robinson episode image.
Yeah.
Where it was like
They have a front of a Viking ship that is like their center of their like backdrop where the drummer plays on top of, and the eyes light up on like the fucking dragon thing, and they literally just talk about Viking ships. She's like, "We come to the shores, we rape and we pillage. Oh, ring up your shields." And bam,
Yeah,
bam,
they were
bam,
like,
bam,
hey, fellow Vikings, put up the shield wall.
Yeah.
And the song's called Shield Wall, and it's like, da-da-da-da-da.
And they have a guy back there that just brings him horns of beer. There's like a guy,
Yeah,
like
he has a roadie. He had like his horn, and he killed it, and he had a sling for it on the side. And when it was empty, this guy like ran out and took the horn.
Picture like a
And it was
ball,
a
like
whole
a ball
new
boy,
horn.
but with a horn. Just like,
You
They're
have your
like-
own beer horn roadies.
I like
Yeah.
it that they have a budget for horn beer. So they're like,
That's
no,
awesome.
I need a new horn for every beer that I drink.
Yeah, I gotta say, of all the bands we saw that night, Amon Amarth was my favorite.
I've been checking.
I
them out a
listened to
little bit more.
Amon Amarth the next
Yeah,
day.
it was
It's fucking
fun.
dope.
So they were a cool show.
How
But
did Slayer hold up?
Slayer, okay, so Slayer, they fucking rocked it the whole time. But this was the second time I've seen them. I saw them like 20 years ago as well. And this one, it felt like they were going through the motions a little bit. Like they got to like the end of their set and there was a little bit more energy, but it was like literally like you could see it like in his face where he's just like, this is the 150 millionth time I've played this song. But like they put on a great show. They fucking tore down the house.
it's raining. It's raining blood. We get it.
But we had lawn seats, and it had rained the night before and a little bit that day. So it was just this mud slope. And you'd see people like walking with their beers. Everybody just busting their ass. There was this one dude that was dressed in like,
That's who I wanted to get to. Was this guy?
He was dressed in all white. And I mean, like, he was wearing Renaissance garb.
Like, you know what he
God.
looked like? He looked exactly like the kid from Game of Thrones that breastfeeds.
At the
Like-
area?
Yeah. And if you saw in the last episode, he's in the last episode. That was the guy that was there.
Yeah.
Just
all
and-
white and walking with, typical LARP nerd
Yeah.
with his hands
Hands
crossed
behind his
back.
like, oh, hope nobody notices me as I walk through the sea of blackness that's here.
Yeah. And, oh, God, we wanted him to fall so bad. It
Oh,
never
we
happened.
Kept watching it, but
No
he got
one
into the
pushed him.
mosh pit though. He was in the little mosh pit, and he got knocked down one time, and then he walked off like, didn't they see I was wearing all white? And we had fun time watching that guy for a long time. There was a big group of this. There's this like 12-year-old kid who's, I guess, obviously his dad brought him there.
Or stepdad, or cool stepdad.
Yeah, cool stepdad Terry, and he is doing nothing but mudslides for the entire show.
Yeah.
And he got a contingency of people, like he got these hot chicks, and then like a couple other of like this one fat dude, and then like two other like 40-year-old dads. And by the time he was done, he had amassed like a small army that did nothing but do mudslides for the entire Slayer show. So I snapped a couple vids of that, and it was
that's
like
pretty
right in
badass.
front of us. It was pretty cool.
When we first got there, we're walking through the crowd to go find a spot to stand, and I almost bumped into like this kid, like maybe been 20-something. But I was like, oh, my bad. And I turn and look at him. He's bleeding from his head, and blood is just all down. And he was like, oh, sorry, dude. And I was like, nah, it's all good. And he put out his hand. I shook his hand, and I'm like, you're touching a bloody dude. And he was like, you guys just missed Cannibal Corpse. And I'm like,
Oh, no.
Tommy, let's not forget, we got recognized at the show.
We did.
We got recognized
By the bloody guy. Oh, my
Yes.
God.
Yeah,
Laugh Finder?
Rubs blood out of his eyes.
What?
I finally felt like Brian Preston for once. No, he came up and noticed us from the murder mystery, but more importantly, they noticed us as the guys, Amish pair of guys, because that's
as our Weird Al cover band.
So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love that.
Yeah, so.
I felt like a big fucking cheese.
And speaking of big cheese, the biggest cheese at the table.
That's
It's a giant big compliment. There you go.
So far, it's the best one you've had.
No,
Let it roll.
by
Let
far.
it
This
roll.
is by far.
King of transition.
Because he also smells like farts. Ladies and gentlemen, actor right comedian Mr. Brian Preston.
Easy come, easy go.
Smells like farts.
Sulfur in my nose.
I'll have you know the most expensive cheeses smell the most like farts.
Yeah, you're a very expensive
yeah,
cheese.
And
This
delicious.
is possibly the finest blue cheese in the world over here.
Did you see the Slayer show?
I was not at the Slayer show. I just wasn't. And you know what? I actually have a funny story about freestyles, though. Okay, so my roommate in college, this is the old, you guys remember this from the late 90s, the old Biggie Smalls, like I got 7 Mac 11s, about 838s, 99s, 10 Mac 10s. The shit's
shit
never
never
ends.
ends, yeah.
You can't touch my riches even if you had MC Hammer and the 357 bitches, Biggie Smalls, the millionaire, etc.
Yeah.
It's my buddy. He's at a
My lower back tattoo.
Exactly. He is at a party. He does this entire rap, and then someone is like, "Hey, man, where'd you come?" He's like, "Oh, I wrote that."
No.
And like this entire party of kids in Cumberland, Maryland, were like, "Wow, Adam, that's amazing. I can't believe you just wrote that, even though it says Biggie Smalls a number of times."
Yes.
And also,
It says, my name is Biggie
it
Smalls.
says Biggie Smalls, the millionaire, is like, Christopher Wallace wrote this at one verse in there.
There was a line that said, my name's Biggie Smalls, and I'm here to say.
And he's like,
And that
I love
guy
Pretty
was,
Pebbles. I hope I don't die soon.
and that guy was Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, with Jay-Z, my old college roommate.
When I went to a inner city school.
Yes.
In my English class, we had to write a poem, and so I just plagiarized the song. What is it? Whistling in the Dark by They Might Be Giants.
Okay.
Where it goes
And
like,
no one knew?
there's only one thing I know how to do well, and I've often been told you only can do what you know to do well, and that's be you, be what you're like, be like yourself. And so I'm having a wonderful time, but I'd rather be whistling in the dark. And I wrote out the whole song, and they made me. Their teacher read it and was like, "Would you mind reading this in front of the class?" And I was like, okay. And I wrote it, and people were like, "Damn, yo, that was dope. That's some good. That
That was
got me
deep,
here."
man.
Yeah, that's
Deep.
I think so.
You know what you need to do, boy? You need to make a little birdhouse in your soul.
Terrell knows.
Yo, I'm gonna call you the Triangle Man.
And speaking of Triangle Man, he likes pussy.
It's a way better intro.
Hey now.
WYPR Rock on Mr. Aaron.
Thank you very much.
We've missed you,
My
Aaron.
screen went both up and down. You might have just noticed.
noticed.
It's like a
I saw
double-
that.
Good
double
octaves.
whammy.
Yeah.
You know, once I passed off a poem as my own that was lyrics to a Black Sabbath song.
Ooh.
And you didn't get caught?
Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. It was 5th grade,
Okay.
so I was on the Black Sabbath train early.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
And
Did you
I
put it
really
on-
impressed my classmates by writing on the board, "Dreams turn to nightmares, heaven turns to hell, words of confusion, nothing more to tell, etc., etc. It was the lyrics to Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. But I was like, all of a sudden, everyone's like, wow.
And then you
And
got
he
You
snorted
had to talk to a
piss
counselor
off the
though,
ground.
right?
Yeah.
Like you had to talk to someone after
Yeah.
you were on the board. Someone's
Yeah.
like, you have to go speak to the school
Yeah, it was your
psychologist there.
Yeah, your teacher is like, Jesus Christ, are you okay?
Time to see the counselor.
Yeah,
Also, you're gonna take a drug test for
Yeah.
heroin.
absolutely.
5th grade.
what school was this that they didn't care?
It was a school in Canton, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
This was
That
many years
explains.
before.
it was on the
Columbine.
board before French
Yeah.
class though. So it was actually a French lady, like an old
Quoi?
French lady, and she was just like, oh.
Did she have on a beret?
She was carrying a baguette. What are you going to do? These American kids.
He's clearly crying out for help. What can you do? It's in English.
Just have a cigarette.
Her stink lines were running off top of her.
He does a skunk. He doesn't know how you say consent.
existentialism of our French people.
Beautiful.
Life is pain.
Sometimes you take the.
She has on a black and white striped shirt.
Yeah.
So
Beret.
she mimed her way into the.
Anyway, Wilhelm Mordecai's 9th level cleric, worshiper of Azathoth, healer.
Worshipper of ass. Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, didn't you meet the chick from Serial recently?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Meet her.
I actually
Sarah
Sarah Koenig.
Koenig.
got
to interview her.
There's another podcast out there that's almost as popular as Laugh Finder.
Yeah.
It's called Serial. It's been
With a spell with
downloaded
a C.
That's about
520 million times.
That's about Fruity Pebbles, right?
Yeah.
Sarah Koenig raps.
General Mills base.
Sarah Koenig, I'm here to say.
Maybe if she gave Adnan on her cereal, so he'd still be alive.
Could.
Anyway, yeah, I got to interview her live on stage at Maryland Hall in Annapolis about podcasting and stuff.
That's
It was
wild.
a thrill,
How
man.
many-
It was a nerd thrill of the highest order.
How
Yeah,
many
I mean-
people were in there?
Was it
Oh,
packed?
she's got it was totally packed.
Yeah.
She has like a cult following of fans that just never tire of like poring over the minutia of
And these people even like the second season of Serial?
and then
Are they go to space?
So a lot of people complained
Yeah.
the second one wasn't as
Yeah.
The third one was great, though.
third one was great.
I didn't think that Bran should have
I
been
did
made
like
king.
Bran the
third was
Broken shouldn't have ended up king, but
Yeah.
what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
I didn't think the Night King should have been a mini boss in that
I'm
season.
just hoping
Three more
that,
bad guys after me.
hoping that last episode, the Red Wedding, is going to be good though.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was a thrill.
And how was Chicago? How was going? Didn't you go back to Chicago?
No, I went to Boston.
Oh, boy, how was
yeah.
that?
Did you get a Wahlburger?
Boston was cool. We got to just hang out and see a bunch of other podcasters have their live debut. They were the second cohort of this thing. You know, we got picked up by PRX.
Okay.
Which is-
okay, yeah.
It's like
Paul Reed Smith guitars.
Yeah. Pyrex. Pyrex, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they
but
make-
it's like a
Cookware.
that's
Yeah.
gonna bake them
Gotcha.
pies.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like for
Thank
the
you.
podcasting world,
I'm
you
talking about
know,
crack.
if you're
It's like
an
their
indie
NBC,
band,
yeah.
it's like getting picked up by a label.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then so we went back to the next cohort of podcasts that got picked up by PRX.
Nice.
So, but we got to be like the old veterans.
Yeah, you were like
Who gave them
nerds.
wisdom,
Yeah.
you know.
Welcome
I mean,
to the scene.
Any day now, we're going to get picked
Yeah.
up by them, right?
Yeah.
PRX, I'll put in a good word.
No, you won't. 'Cause it will. Oh, so that's the thing about my work. They've been looking me up, and I pray to God, I do not want that. I've never recommended any of them listen to this podcast.
Oh, yeah,
Rightly
you're not
so,
ready
no.
for that?
No, I'm like, no, because you will get unfettered access to my life.
That's too much Tommy.
Yeah, that's too much. They'll,
Well-
they'll be like, hey, my boss will be like, hey, I just heard your podcast. Man, it's really funny stuff. Piss test on Monday.
We're gonna have to make that 7-foot-tall woman sit on the other side of the room. though.
Every time they order pizza, don't get it with mushrooms. You know, Tommy.
And speaking of mushrooms, this guy's covered in fungus sitting behind the WYPR rock god.
Just said he's a fun guy. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ben Hancock.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
What's up, dude?
What's that? Hey. So I like 10 years ago, I went and saw Lamb of God, Anna Monomarth, and they were playing with this black death metal band. It was the first band that came out, and they
African American death.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
African American,
You're-
unlife.
We are never going to get on
Every
PRX
time.
if you keep talking like that. All right?
God damn it, man.
But their whole facade was just super serious. And the second they walked out on stage, the lead singer walked up to his microphone and slipped on some beer, broke his guitar, and had to go backstage and get a new guitar. Beginning of the show. Best metal show I ever saw.
oh, hell yeah.
It's like, hail, say, oh, God damn it! That's my Fender!
He was mic'd up. You could hear him crying backstage.
Can I borrow anybody's guitar?
Sitting across
This
from me.
Ibanez isn't blessed by Satan.
The Dark Lord commands it. God
Behind
damn
the
it.
Laugh Finder trifold, the actor, comedian, writer, Mr. Dorian Gray.
Hello, my name is Dorian Gray. I am your GM, so why don't we get started?
Previously on Laugh Finder. Our guest, Josh Kuderna, incarnated as a much beloved character, Ronnie Rory Alabaster, the janitor, master of custodial arts from Dundalk. He joined the Odd Company as we faced off against 5 bad guys. They proceeded to attack us by barfing green slime on us, doing acid damage, but we defeated them one by one. They fell before our might and power. And at the end of the episode, we actually got to the caravan that was set up by Lady Marigold to send food supplies, relief supplies to the town of Red Point, which is, I guess, being threatened on one side by the giant orange mystical sphere and all of the ominousness that it portends, and on the other side, the town's being held siege by Volo Brenmeyer, who's holding the food sources hostage. And that, my friends, brings us up to the present.
All right, so at this point, it is nighttime. You are guiding this merchant caravan with this ship.
Have we had any time to rest or anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, I've used
Guys,
it.
are you so tired?
I do want to cast, while we're traveling then, I want to cast Make Whole on myself.
Okay, so you make an additional hole.
My finger's already inside.
Finger. At this point, I would like a survival roll from each one of you.
Oh.
Survival.
Which one we rolling?
That bump
Roll a
right finger.
D20.
This one?
Yeah, and then as you survive.
Fuck. 8.
I have a 0 for survival.
Yeah.
Ooh, 5 plus 0. So that brings me
I got a
50.
14.
Yeah.
16.
20.
Did you take some in survival?
Yeah, I took some shit in survival, yeah.
I have a very high survival, but I rolled a 2. Excellent.
All right, I'm just going to do some awful calculating here.
Great. Which I want to take this time to tell our listeners, guys, go to laughfinderpod.com, where you can find links to our Teespring account and to our Patreon, where we now have new pricing tiers. $2 will get you backstage stuff, so you can hear all the stuff that's too racy, too hot for podcast. And then you can also, for $5 a month, that'll get you access to actual bonus content where movie reviews and car casts and whatnot. We'll be doing a car cast of the way to Gen Con.
Yeah, oh god, that's going to be a never-ending
All right.
fucking car.
Give us your money! Sorry.
You needed at least collectively a 10 to average out. You got a 12.6.
What did we survive?
You managed not to be detected and immediately go into another round of combat.
Okay.
Hey, thank God. You know, you need a break. Even the Ravens have a halftime, dude. Come on, man.
Oh, and more importantly, you managed to not be detected by Volo Brenmeyer's forces.
right.
That reminds me.
Volo.
Eyeball needs to make a bluff roll.
Eyeball?
Eyeball.
Do you remember Eyeball?
From
You know, I'm so tired of all these Apple products. I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah, we have that. No, I don't remember Eyeball.
the guy
So-
that is deformed.
Oh,
He just has
He
an
was
eyeball.
he just has like a giant eyeball,
Yeah.
and he like was talking to the guy. He was leading the fake caravan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's
I
one
turn
of
over. I'm
those-
like, you're still with us? Oh my god!
No, well, where you are, while you are trying to avoid detection, he has been captured by Volo Brenmeier's forces.
Oh shit.
And
Oh, that was the point. That was the plan. Yeah.
and he's making a bluff roll, because Volo Brenmeier says that he wants to know where his brother's body is, and so
Why are you asking us?
And so he's
it's not like
holding-
that's what this skeleton was made from.
he's holding the forces hostage, the food sources hostage. That's why he took control of the farms. And he said if anyone makes a move, he's just going to burn all the farms, and then the peasants won't have food. So
what if the answer is worse than not knowing?
Oh, also, I still look like one of their guys, right? Has it been 9 hours since that happened?
Remember, he
No.
took.
Does
he took
anybody
the
have
guy's
a
face.
Does
Okay.
anybody have a spell called Speak
Yes, but-
as Dead?
yes,
because then
but
we
you
could
were
send
given
in our
orders to
puppet
stay
Obi.
there.
Okay, cool. But just in case someone sees this, don't worry, boys. I've got this.
Ah, who the fuck are you?
Fireball.
Hey, maybe this will sound crazy, boys. What if we just? I know you love Obi. I know he's your friend,
He's my bitch.
and he's your bitch. And
Watch this, Obi. Do the worm. Big demon skeleton just smashes down in the mud and just twitches a bit.
Hell yeah.
I mean, how useful is he really to us?
Will one of you guys do this when I ask?
what if we tell him we found the body and we reanimated it because it was just easier than carrying it?
I
and
mean,
we
you
brought
can
it back.
command any undead that you want with your high-level spells.
Yeah.
Arcane, come
yeah,
on.
come on, Arcane.
All
So
right.
if you love something, let it go.
Yeah.
And I'll turn
If
to
it comes
Obi,
back to you,
and I'm like, you know what, boy?
then it's true
Yeah, right.
love. If it doesn't,
I know
then
this,
it was never meant to
this whole
be.
time was real good and everything, but it's time for you to go. Time for you to go out, go back to your family. Get out of here. Get out of here. I never loved you. I never loved you at all. And I throw a rock at him. Go get out of here. Say, I'm just playing. Hey, touch Big Slee's dick.
Hey, wait a minute! No!
Pick him up by his dick.
I start shooting wildly at my dick like this, like
So how do you want to present Obi to
what if
Volo
we-
Brenmeyer?
What if we put some skin on him?
Yeah.
And then like walked to, or let's go find his grave and just put Obi back in it.
But he
Hey, don't
can't
you have
be
any
killed
cool?
now, right?
Anybody have any cool hologramic spells or something we could put on Obi to make him look like he's brand new?
No, but wait, hold on, let me correct. You were almost Jill Sandwich. No, I don't have any cool holographic spells, but I have another idea. What if we go to the red light district in Red Point and say we just found this skeleton just filthy with seed?
All right, boys, get to stroking.
All right. Who's supplying the seed?
Well,
The
according
people
all
of
of
Red
us.
Point.
Oh.
We're the odd company. We could just ask people
Okay.
for their seed.
I shouldn't jerk off then?
oh no! you
probably
should-
stop jerking.
Okay, all right, yeah. I'm a team player.
Well, I guess I'll just throw all these ones I already prepared in advance for this
you know what?
plan.
I was dipping my bullets in him.
I'd like to make a perception check to make deep eye contact with him while he's jerking off.
All right, yeah.
Critical fail.
Oh, God, you can't look him in the eye.
I can't look
You
him in
just
the
have
eye.
to look right at his dick.
I know it's
This
intimidating.
plan backfired.
So,
Yeah.
Odd Company, I'm getting the sense that there's a consensus developing here that maybe we should send Obi back to Volo Brenmeyer.
Okay,
Maybe
so-
we've had our fun with him.
To cancel this spell, to reduce him back, to destroy him, as the
Yeah.
word would be, it can be destroyed by positive energy, which don't
Okay.
you do
All right, so
that's
positive
my
energy?
specialty.
Okay, so you told me not to jerk off.
no,
Told you
keep
to
going.
stop.
Oh,
You
okay,
know what?
alright.
Finish up.
Yeah, just start with one.
Positive energy.
I mean, you're almost there.
Yeah. Dick prompt. Thank you.
Obi, make a circle hole for him.
Oh, thank
Quick,
you.
Rory, put the icing on this cake.
Thank you.
Volo Brenmeyer
So
comes
positive
up.
energy. I can
Positive
channel positive energy.
Or we could just do if he's reduced to 0 hit points, an area of bless or a hallowed spell, or if his remains are sprinkled with a vial of holy water. But I mean, if you
Okay.
can do positive energy,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
Holy
my
John,
specialty.
quickly piss on this bone bag.
Hold on, wait. You know what? I could just generate. I could generate water and then bless it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Or he can just use positive.
We could do
Yeah,
both.
let's do that,
We could do
yeah.
both at the same
You
time.
guys can do both.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's just do
I
both.
feel like this, like,
All right.
what
All right, well-
Jesus would do all the time.
Any last words you want to say to
Well,
him before
Obi,
we?
it's been real. Thanks for always being there for these past couple months, and thanks for I don't know, you're pretty fucking useless when it comes to combat or anything. So yeah, go burn in hell.
Wow.
So
Brutal.
while I
Darkness, my old friend.
channel a beam of positive energy
I've come to talk
at
with
Obi.
you again.
My friend, the demon tiefling, makes holy some water, throws it at him,
Holy John just starts spitting on him.
and shouts,
I'm
"The
just
power
spitting.
of Christ compels
I'm
you."
just doing just the signs of the cross and
I'm
spit.
sorry, I'm just thinking about the ending of that movie Titanic, and it's got me all worked up.
Okay.
The beam of positive energy goes into Obi, and he goes from his lumbering stance into a slumped over corpse that is now de-animated.
Whoa.
Big Sleep pulls down his pants. All right, one last ride.
Damn it.
Dorian, you look sad.
You guys dodged such a bullet.
Now, who's going to go present it back to Volo Brenmeyer?
Oh wait, I look like one of their guys.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
don't you, in disguise, go
Yeah,
bring it
I
back
saw-
and be
how
like,
much time
hey,
do I
look
have
what I
left?
found. This fell
couple
off the back of a
hours.
truck.
A couple
Yeah, what are
hours,
you
yeah.
gonna
I
do?
could just I could just be a big old hero.
Yeah, good.
How far away are we from...
You're not far.
Okay,
So the bag of bones.
yeah.
See you guys later.
Vaya con Dios.
You get led directly in the camp. You
Wait,
go to
Whoa.
Should I have went with you invisible?
Can we set up some kind of mind link or something?
I can give him the
Yeah,
ring.
you can give me the ring,
Yeah, I'll
and
give
then you
you-
can just be like in the bushes.
Okay.
In case the shit goes down, but
Yeah.
invisible.
Yeah,
I've got invisibility too, I think.
Okay, well let's be
we-
invisible. You guys
Cast
stay
ourselves
here,
invisible and go side by side with the...
and I can leave.
Holy
I can,
John.
I'm very inconspicuous in my pink duster. Why
Yeah.
don't I follow along as well?
Yeah.
I can leave.
I'll also
Bobo.
blend in real well.
I can leave Bobo with you guys.
I'm wearing camo Ravens gear.
'cause Bobo and I have a mind link. So I can give Holy John the ring, and then I can mind link with Bobo. And if shit goes south, Bobo will just start, I don't know, shitting in his hand and throwing it at you to get your attention.
All right.
And I'm going to teach Bobo how to gamble. This is called the cup game, Bobo.
Yeah.
Get
Teach him how
ready
to smoke cigarettes.
All right, keep your pretty eye on the pretty lady as this goes
Follow
down.
the queen.
So you go to the camp. Like I said, it's roughly about a mercenary group of 60. There's the one very large mercenary who has this this warhammer with a sort of dark energy crackling from it. His eyes are solid black.
African American.
And someone immediately goes to meet you and is like, "What is this?"
Well, boys, I was out doing one of my evening constitutionals, and I happened to stumble across something very interesting.
I shit on these bones.
I think I found what we're looking for. Right here, I found this seamany skeleton right here. He was just creaming and beaming in the moonlight.
Creaming in the moonlight.
Wow.
Creaming and beaming.
This is a good episode.
Yeah, that's not the episode title. Wow.
All right, creaming and beaming it is.
Wow.
Oh God! All right, so
They were
I
a
think it's your
terrible
brother.
vaudeville duo. by the
he
way.
says, "Come see the boss immediately." You come in and you get led into a tent where Volo Brenmeyer is putting his armor back on, and you
Pulling
see
up his pants.
you see like raised keloids and scars all over his body from like literally hundreds of campaigns. You see
This one was
It's
actually
not
from
self-flagellation.
this one's actually from T-ball.
and he turns around, he looks at you, he looks down at what you're holding, he says, "Speak."
Well, there. I happen to think I found your brother. He may have also been made someone's wife, though.
Wow.
Give me a very important bluff roll.
Oh God, here we go.
22.
Yeah.
Creaming and beaming, baby. Keeping the dream alive.
Jesus
Shit.
Christ, yeah.
Got it. Got it by 2.
Woo! All right.
In there.
He sort of looks and he takes the bones from you. And
He sucks them clean.
He examined.
Someone
Do you
really
have,
went to work on that eye hole.
do you have knowledge religion?
I do.
Give me a knowledge religion roll.
Where did you take this
like this
from?
music.
The Colonel?
Suspense.
20.
All right. The floor is dirt in the tent where you are. He takes like a sort of sharp object and he begins to draw a circle.
Ooh.
And he begins to draw arcane symbols in the circle.
He's a practical magician.
He's jacking off
You think it's some kind of divination ritual?
He
says,
flips it over at the last second, and it's Bob Marley's
He
face.
says, and before he continues, he looks back at you, and he says, "What is your name?"
Well, sir, that is a fantastic question.
It's Spiritual Jim.
Yeah, no, they call me Slender James. No, my name is Height. Shit.
Ooh.
Height.
Height shit.
Height shit.
Height shit. Fuck. It's something.
Height shit.
Shit.
He begins to turn around interested now.
That's more of just a name the boys gave me.
Bring it up like, just give him a fucking name.
Yeah.
John.
There you go.
Your real name.
What's your name? Holy John.
Well done.
He says, "You've done well, height shit, John." Leave me. I have things that I must do. Sir! Oh, someone comes up. They're like, "Sir, what about the farms?" He says, We'll do nothing to them right now. Hold off on any orders to burn the crops."
You did it. You saved him, height shit, John.
Yes. I certainly did.
He just
Hey, no, wait. Before he gets away, ask for compensation.
Yeah, ask if there's a reward.
Or maybe at least ask, like, are you going to let the people eat now?
No, money.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Get
So-
money.
That's a dumb question.
Yeah.
Is there a reward?
He says,
He could have got away.
I like this character.
he turns around, he comes up, he stops what he's doing, he comes up close, and he says, "I put out a message to what the reward was. Did you get the message?"
I can't read.
You could have just confirmed that your cohorts were murdered. You didn't. You might have not have got the message.
Right.
No, that's right. Also, my friends are dead.
Yeah.
Tell him that the dude with the hammer can.
The hammer man. My friends were killed earlier.
MC Hammer killed
He'll
by
tell
Give
you
me-
all about it.
Give me another very important bluff roll.
Oh, gosh.
18?
All right.
I think you're
He
shy.
says, you know what? I changed my mind.
Fuck.
Why don't you stick around?
Height shit. You
So-
could have got out of there.
Should we uninvisible ourselves?
No, not yet. We'll just stay close. If need be, I can go in and dimension door us out.
He says, in fact, he motions to two people who are inside the tent. One of them is a half-elf woman. She says, he says, take him to the holding tent. And she says,
Is that where
And
where
she-
the prizes are?
she smiles at you.
Yeah, it's
And
gonna
she
be like an old
says-
episode of Wheel of Fortune. You're like, I'll take the ceramic dog, the nightstand.
And she says,
Tell him to bid $1.
Lily, come with me. And you just hear this boom, and you see this giant dire gorilla.
Ooh.
And so it looks like a gorilla, only much, much larger. And she
Like
says,
Natty Bobo on steroids.
I think I'm at the level now where I can speak to other creatures that are the same type as my familiar.
says, walk with us, height shit John, won't you?
Of course. That's what these legs are for, boys. Walking and talking.
Your other escort is an actual ogre.
Oh.
And so they send you to this tent.
So, never met an ogre before.
Oh.
What do
Hey,
you
boys.
guys like?
You know what I say? Green lives matter.
He says, why don't you just hang out in this tent? I'm sure that that the boss will have some questions for you. He just has to take care of a few things first. You just seem very interesting, and he'd like to know more. So you stay right there.
I'm just guys, this isn't going great. It could be worse, but
Smaller creature. Okay. At 9th level, I can travel 740 feet with Dimension Door.
how far away?
I'm already invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can Dimension Door in, invisible you, grab you, and we could Dimension Door out.
That sounds like an amazing plan.
That'll take 18 seconds to do.
Oh, that's like
3
the length
rounds.
of 3
Lord Volo
episodes.
busts in with his pants down.
You know what though? Before we do that, I would just like to. Now there's a dirt floor on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just like to. I just want to make it just generate a little bit water to make the ground a little muddy.
Okay.
And I would like to write "fuck you" dash the Odd Company.
Oh.
I think that
Odd Company rules.
Wait, just. Oh wait, hold on. Fuck you dash the brother fuckers.
Whoa.
You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna write "fuck you."
All right.
Or do I wanna write-
No. Fuck you. Signed, Vinesh, the Lord of Screams.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck you. Signed, Vinesh, the Lord of Screams. I'm gonna write "fuck you." Just dash Vinesh, the Lord of Screams. Asterisk.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
said your brother is his honey bitch.
Wow.
So did you want to do the dimension door thing?
Yeah, I'll be like, all right, I'll be right back. And he just goes stiff and falls completely back. And as he hits the ground, he goes in, and then like he shows up in the tent. And I'll touch Holy John invisible.
Okay.
And then I'm standing next to him like this, like he's looking this way. And I put my hand on his face, and I kind of like.
Baptize him into
Yeah,
the.
I'm like, hold your nose, and then we just fall into the floor, and then like now we're all three invisible next to Wilhelm.
Are there
Meanwhile,
any
the
verbal
gambling is going
components
great
or
back here.
What are the
I'm having
components
a good
for
time.
dimension door?
dimension door.
Rory, how are you at spades?
Oh, I'm pretty good at it. Yeah.
All right, good, because I need you to also play on the monkeys team.
Oh,
So-
I could do that. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Dimension doors does say it
We're gonna
does have a
run
vocal
house on this
component.
one.
I could do. How
Okay.
much is the rules of poker card worth?
So someone nearby is going to
Very
make
similar.
a spell
right,
craft.
right. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Okay.
So as you come in,
Uh-huh.
you're casting Dimension Door. Someone outside says, "Wait a minute! Someone's casting Dimension Door!" And you just see, like, as the two of you leave, you just see the tent get invaded by like 20 guards.
I would like to jump in the
There.
dimension door and throw the middle finger like Star-Lord and
Well, you're invisible. You can do whatever you want. Wag
I'd be
your
like-
dick at him.
Like Homer.
I'm wagging Andy
yes, I'd be
Levine's
like-
dick.
As
That's
I-
what I put in Brian's face. I was like, Andy Levine's dick. You're like, this,
Yeah.
it needs to be this dick.
As we're jumping, they'd be like, I'm flipping you off.
Just to be clear.
You're both invisible though,
yeah.
so they come in and they're just like, "Fuck. Wait, where's the guy?" But by that time you're like out of there.
Yeah. I hope they see the message.
I was gonna say, did they see that
Yeah,
brutal
yeah.
note on the ground?
Yeah. Fuck you, Vinesh, the Lord of Screams.
I like it, but they look at it and they're like, so do they not? Is this somebody who doesn't like Vinesh? As in, fuck you, Vinesh?
Oh, you
Lord of
forgot to put a
Screams?
comma.
Quick, we have to dimension door back in to get the comma in there. They'll never understand the message.
Dimension door by
Yeah, just one hand leaks out. The person's gonna be like, hold on, one sec. One sec.
What? Does that mean like fuck you, Vinesh? They don't like Vinesh? Oh, yeah. All right.
Wow, you guys did some real psychological warfare.
Man. Well, then Brent Meyer's going to show up and tell Odd Company, we have to take out Vanessa. Like,
Yeah.
So you guys successfully transported out of there.
yeah, we're all three
Okay.
invisible
Wow.
standing next to
All
each
right.
other.
So
All right.
Obi has been returned to
Yeah.
Volo,
Yeah.
and we're now safe again. Sorry, Obi.
Right now, listeners,
R.I.P. It's a tender
I'm not going to put
subject.
a montage of Obi. Okay,
Like
yeah, I'll just put
twerking.
images of skeletons going in and out.
Sarah McLachlan with skeletons.
Remember when Obi
collection
got
of all of
torn
her
apart
dead
by
pets.
For
She's
$1 a
kept.
day.
Remember when I told Obi to go open the door to that the dwarf's house, and he didn't. Then he got destroyed by that trap.
It's just a
Good
montage of
old
him
Obi.
getting destroyed.
Remember
I
that
used to
time
love it how he would
I
just
had
explode and his bones would come back together.
Yeah.
Aw.
Remember that time he lifted up Big Sleeve by his dick?
Yeah, those were the
I can still feel it.
Remember in the middle of the night I'd have him put his bone fingers in all your mouths while you slept?
No, no, I don't remember.
What?
No. Huh?
I can literally still taste it right here.
All right, so you are now on the outskirts, and you have escorted. Nothing else really happens toward the end of the night. You made your appropriate rolls, so you have managed to escort the merchant caravan back to Red Point, where you can, even from the other side, you can see a large ambush-colored force on the other side of the far opposite wall, just making its way as guards are standing on the wall.
Uh-oh, Amber alert, dudes.
Wait, didn't we drop off? We dropped off a book that had something to do with the Amber Chalice
Yes.
to be translated.
And that's what Lennox was doing.
Yeah. And we also, someone was translating something about information about sea hags.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you get back, Lennox is there to greet you, and he says, there's much to discuss, and I think I've discovered how to counteract the Amber Chalice. Ooh. But I'm going to need your help.
Listeners, Game
think
Master
he's
Dorian is
pointing
pointing
at
at
Obi.
Arcane.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone else have knowledge arcana?
No.
Oh, I got mad knowledge arcane.
All right, so
Maybe. I'll
2. I have a 2 in it.
So
That's cute.
I'm a dabbler.
So if you want to roll Knowledge Arcana, and if you can roll Knowledge Arcana and hopefully get more than a 10 or more.
All right, here we go. You want to roll at the same time, there?
Me? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
supposed.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're
okay.
going to help aid.
All right, here we go. 14 plus 2, 16.
I got a 4 plus 18 is 22.
22 plus his 2 then?
Yeah.
24? All right, so the reason that you made that roll is that there is a concoction that you must bake based on what is in the book that can get this substance can get through the force field of the Amber Chalice. There are several spell components that you need, and for every 10 points that you get in Knowledge Arcana, you can ignore one of those spell components.
Oh, okay. So we can ignore 2 of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Altogether, and I'll give you I'll read to you what they are, and I'll give you a. You'll get the choice of which one of these you want to ignore.
Okay.
Lycanthrope blood.
Okay.
An onyx gem worth 50 gold. Dragon wing leather.
Okay.
A ruby worth 100 gold.
Okay.
10 ounces of adamantine.
Okay.
A
And,
Starbucks gift card.
and a rock feather.
Okay. And a headlining weekend at Magoo's.
Ooh.
Another difficult thing.
Priceless.
Okay, so real quick.
So read
Yeah.
the last 3 one more time. 10 ounces of adamantine. What was before that?
A ruby worth 100 gold pieces.
And what was the last thing?
A rock feather.
Rock feather.
I feel like
ROC.
I feel like getting lycanthropy blood. Isn't that werewolves? If it is.
Wouldn't it be cool if you were a werewolf gunslinger?
I mean, I've always felt like I had the animosity within me.
You would need a silver bullet.
All right, guys. No, nobody's drinking Coors Light. It's Natty Mo. All right.
I think we gotta go get. I think we keep the werewolves on the table then.
Yeah, I think we skip dragon wing leather.
Yeah, I feel like a dragon is out of our league.
Yeah, and then
Adamantine, though. What is that all
just a
about?
metal.
Yeah.
Isn't that what
That's what
Wolverine
Wolverine's
was
made
made
It's
out of.
adamantium.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same difference. It's a super
Sorry,
hard
guys.
metal.
Trademark.
Probably have to go to a mine and fight some spiders.
Yeah.
Get it.
Wow.
I feel like the things that cost money we could just buy.
Yeah,
right?
it's so much money.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not interested in fighting a dragon to get its
No.
wing
What's a
back.
rock feather?
Oh, what
though?
if we, oh,
Rock is a giant bird.
Oh, okay.
what if we just fought a baby dragon?
Yeah, but we still. But you know what makes baby dragons?
Mommy and daddy dragons?
Yeah, Khaleesi's.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just saying.
Mothers of
So
dragons.
perhaps we
Yeah.
opt to not have to acquire the dragon wing leather.
Yeah, I think
That's what it is.
dragon wing leather. We're gonna skip that.
Yeah. Okay.
The Odd Company wisely decides to take a pass on
We got
seeking...
one more. We got one more that we can skip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 things?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Well,
what are our options then? What are our remaining options?
lycanthrope blood,
I wanna fight that.
onyx gem, dragon wing leather, 10 ounces of adamantine, ruby worth 100, or a rock feather.
Okay, so between the adamantine, which I wouldn't mind a cave adventure, or fighting a rock, which would you rather do?
You know what though? I would say though the thing is the rock is gonna fly, so like we don't have a whole lot of like. I mean, I actually guys do a lot of magic, so I guess it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So we would like hit the disc. I know I'm like mostly. Actually, I also do magic, so whatever. We could fight a rock, I guess.
So do you want to fight the rock, or do you want to get adamantine?
Can we do the cave thing? That's fine.
Okay, then we'll skip the rock.
We'll
did you guys
skip the rock feather.
All right.
That,
So-
that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients that we do have to find.
All right. And you will know what you have to do to acquire them. And I guess we'll pick it up next week.
4 ingredients need to be found to create the concoction to neutralize the amber chalice, lycanthrope blood, onyx gem, 10 ounces of adamantine, and a ruby worth 100 credits. We'll head out on our adventures to seek these magical ingredients on the next exciting episode of
All right, so The last week's episode came out on the 11th, so this is the 18th. Right?
All day.
Is that how it
Yeah.
works?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I want to tell you guys that we're going to be performing at Gen Con,
Yep.
August 1st.
August 1st.
At the Wyndham Ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Nice.
You can check your schedule there. We're part of the Geek Comedy Tour.
Yeah, there's also a Laugh Finder show.
And we also got on for Laugh
Yeah,
Finder.
there's a Laugh Finder show. Yes, we got 2 shows on there. One of them is at 1 p.m. That's not ours. The other one's at like 9.
9 p.m.?
Yeah,
Where
we got
does
ours is at
Gen
9.
Con happen?
Indianapolis.
Fucking Indianapolis.
Right.
Well, if it's...
Oh, where you guys went to the strip bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with that then.
When is this again?
August 1st.
Am I going to this?
If you want.
See, that's the thing we got to talk about because Geek Comedy Tour is 4 people. How many did you submit for?
I don't even fucking remember.
Okay. Well, we'll look into it, give you guys more details as it's coming up. Brian, what you got coming up?
Again, you know what, guys? You go to Meanwhile at the Skull Base, find that on the internet. You can hear myself, Tommy Simbazo, Josh Kuderna on that. You can also check out Driven to Succeed and also Born in the USA on Amazon. Also, I'm sure I've got some shows, but fuck.
Yeah. Eric, what do you got?
All things Eric Comedy can be found at ericcomedy.com. But this weekend, Tommy, we're going to be down in Winchester, VA, doing the murder mystery at the Brightbox Theater.
Brightbox.
So come and check that shit out. If there's tickets left, you should come and get them.
Nice. Dorian, what you got?
On June 29th, I will be performing at New York Pride.
Ooh, awesome.
Yeah.
It's a
Nobody
pro
gays it up
lion.
like New York.
That's a pro-lion thing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
Pride.
Yeah, exactly.
Pride parade.
Yeah.
Very dangerous pride
Yeah, they
parade.
just it's like running of the bulls, but it's lions.
Prepare.
Ben, you got anything?
Nope.
Ben might be getting a motorcycle soon.
Oh.
Yeah, I should.
Very
By the
cool.
time this airs, I will have a motorcycle.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And maybe mine will be fixed. Who knows?
That would be
You guys can be ride buddies.
It won't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it probably
Start the Laugh Finder Motorcycle Club.
Ooh.
Oh, the
LMS.
LFMC. I'll make us patches. So what do you got? Hey, Josh, what do you got coming up?
Let's see. For stand-up, the only thing I have is I'll be at the Cellar Door in Frederick.
Ooh, that was a good show.
On,
Lit-ass show.
on July 21st.
Are you headlining that?
No, featuring for Andy Haynes, who's very
It's
funny.
time. It's
Very
time,
funny.
Josh. It's time that you start headlining.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. But it should be a fun gig. I appreciate that, though. And check out my podcast at Aggression Sessions, and follow me on Instagram at Josh Kuderna, and listen to my band Tremendous Athlete. We have 2 EPs out on Spotify and Apple Music and Google Play, wherever you get music. So
we played I think 2 songs from it last season.
Oh yeah. That's right.
We did Starfinder.
Yeah. So if you want to play some more, or if people listening want to
bonus
check it out,
track.
yeah,
Bonus track at the end.
Go for
Are we
it.
bringing it back?
No.
that would be rad. But that's it.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was last season. We're not doing it.
yeah.
All right. So, Josh, you know
Yes.
the drill. We never let our guests leave empty-handed. You're going to get lucky. Another. This will be
Listen-
your 3rd lucky D20.
Yeah, I am working on a glove. I'm gonna put them all.
Yes.
I think you are Steve Martin of guests right now.
Oh, I love
because
that.
you've been in all 3
I was going to say Bridges Meredith to the Twilight Zone, but that's
Rainbow Bridges Meredith.
Yeah.
Call me that.
I think right now you have the most appearances as a guest on Laugh Finder.
Feels pretty
Nicely
good.
done.
Thank you. It's a
4-timers club.
pleasure to be here with you.
Yeah,
guys.
that means that if Aaron should lose his job because of this podcast, you will become our
Ironically, I
new
would take
Aaron.
his spot.
Yeah.
Why would he be like, can I still be
No,
on the podcast?
I would just be here all the time.
Sorry, you lost your job. You're out of the pod.
He now has more
Lost your
time.
job
than ever.
out of the pod. That's
Laugh
the
Finder
thing.
takes everything.
All right, so you're gonna put your hand in this bag. I'm gonna say a magic incantation.
Okay,
You grab
okay.
the die that feels right. Pull it out.
I'm
Here we
grabbing
go.
with my left hand. I feel like that's bad luck.
Sure. May all your hits be critical. May your strike be tried and true. Hey, put it back in.
Oh,
What are you
sure.
doing? What the fuck was
That was
that
a
about?
cool
Put your
ass
hand
die,
in.
too.
I'm
This
gonna
is your first
say-
time here?
Let
Yeah.
me say the whole
This is my
fucking
first pod.
spell.
I'll move
Okay,
this out
I
of
haven't
the way.
even come yet.
Okay. All right,
All right, may all your hits be critical. May your strike be tried and true. May all your fails be minimal, but nothing lower than a 2. All right, grab a die, pull it out.
All right, I'm gonna grab one now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you ready?
All right, what do you got?
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
yeah,
This
take a
one's
look at it
cool
first.
looking.
Okay.
It's like blue with some like marbly, like kind of red in there, some pink.
Nice. All right, give
Gold
it a roll
numbers.
because
Here
we're
we go.
keeping track of what people are rolling.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Here we go. Come on. Give it 20.
Yahtzee. It's a 7. Oh, lucky number 7.
All right, guys.
Barely respectable.
Woo!
All right, guys. Well, Josh, you're a great disappointment. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
I just cried for 10 minutes.